What if you could take every toxic belief, every fear, every lie you've told yourself, and turn it into something you could destroy? Today's card told me to make art that represents negativity in your life, then burn it. At first, I didn't know what that meant for me, but the more I thought, the clearer it became. Chapter 1. Facing my false ideas of love. Because of my childhood and how I was raised, it was hard for me to accept love and understand what that truly meant. I pulled 3 cards, and one of them is the hosta plant. The hosta plant represents affection. That's where this false idea of love comes from. I never saw my parents hug or kiss. They didn't give me a great example of how you should show it. I daydreamed a lot though. I imagined a world that felt different. That love is home. That feeling of being at peace where you live. But this is where that childhood wound resides. This is where that lives. My home growing up was toxic. It was dysfunctional. And my therapist would dare me to say it was emotionally abusive. That is why I perceive this as negative. This is the kind of energy I want out of my body and my soul. So the house and the hosta plant represent this. You'll see the house and the hosta plants. Chapter 2. Perfectionism, the silent prison. Perfectionism whispers that nothing I do is ever good enough. It keeps me trapped, rethinking the same lines, doubting every move, afraid to just let my art or myself be human. It's important to keep circling back to childhood, but that's where so many of our patterns start. 90% of why we are the way we are is because of how we grew up, right? So of course we're working through our problems. Our childhood is going to be a big part of that. I always thought that if I was perfect, if I did everything by the book, I would feel loved by my parents. Like fully, heartedly loved. But I did everything by the book. The grades, the sports, the degree. It did nothing. And that's when I realized their love was conditional. It was never going to be perfect, and I fell into that trap. I fought so hard with this painting because there were several mistakes made. I hated the placement of everything, but I kept going, and I thought every artist makes bad art, and that's just one of these pieces for me anyways. The imperfect key and the 2 wands from my tarot card represents this. I did pull a 5 of wands card, and I didn't feel like putting that many wands on the background. I got a little lazy there. So, moving on. Chapter 3. Shame, guilt, and self-love I withheld. I've struggled to fully love myself because of shame and guilt. Mistakes, regrets, and old wounds pile up, and sometimes I forget that I am worthy, right here as I am. I tend to compare myself to others a lot. Why am I not where they are? I know I can do better. I should have done this. But here's the truth. No one can do it like you, and no one can do it like them either. That's the beauty of difference. We are all unique in that way. Sometimes I have to remember I don't have to stay busy to be productive. Some days are meant for rest, but it's a matter of knowing that I deserve and can receive this rest is what is challenging. The skull in this painting represents this energy, and you'll definitely see that. I want to wake up every morning and look in the mirror and think, wow, Kat, you're glowing today. Chapter 4. Fear, money, and the unknown. The unknown terrifies me. Finances, the future, self-doubt. What if I fail? What if I'm not strong enough? These fears creep in like shadows and try to control me. I struggle a lot with constantly living in a state of fight or flight responses. I'm always in survival mode. I'm learning to get out of this and into rest and digest, especially with my money mindset. If I see a negative amount or near the end of $0, I start to physically react. I'm learning to let go and being okay with what tomorrow brings. An unknown future, an unknown path, endless possibilities. For example, I might have $0 today, but who knows? Tomorrow could bring abundance I never imagined. Some might say this is delusional, but would you rather think this way or think yourself into a panic void? Think about that, okay? The alien spaceship represents this. Chapter 5. Painting my negativity into existence. So I painted it all. The illusions, the fears, the shame. Letting the canvas hold what I've been carrying inside. Every line, every color became a piece of my negativity staring back at me. And I used colors that I don't normally use, like my normal colors are neon blue and neon pink, and I really tried to use more greens, yellows, and reds. So there's some blue in there, but not the lighter blue. I like the light blue and the light pink because I'm a girly, but this was a darker piece, so I decided to do the colors that I'm not comfortable with. So I'm not going to lie. I honestly cried a lot during this painting. It was heavy. It was like really heavy baggage that was just sitting on me a lot, especially when I threw that red paint. Woo. Yeah, I hated this piece, still hate it in my mind. I couldn't wait to burn it, actually. Knowing that I was going to burn it while I was making it actually made me care about all the imperfections less, because it's kind of like I knew it was going to go away anyways. So putting these imperfections on the painting and then burning it was like such a awesome way of releasing this energy. Chapter 6, the burning. And then came the fire. Burning this piece wasn't about destroying art. It was about destroying the grip these beliefs had over me. And I may or may not have blown up a old alcohol plastic bottle in the process of this making. Nobody tell my family, okay? Nobody. This is our secret. Thank you. So, if you're carrying negativity, I challenge you, make art that holds it and then let it go. Sometimes the act of release is the most powerful art we can create. I also want to end on a quote here. You've always had the power. You just had to learn it yourself. If you liked my art, if you liked me, subscribe, like the video for the algorithm, and comment to me what negativity you want to release in your life.
Let's burn it.
Thank you guys. I love you.